Festivals are an important part of each of the cultures. So, what we would be talking about is some of the major festivals from India. Now, festivals can be broadly classified as either a religious festival or a national festival. Religious festivals are those which are attributed to a specific religion. So let's say it could be Eid, it could be Diwali, so it could be the Ramzan. So you have different festivals that are there which are attributed to different religion. On the other hand, when we talk about national festival, we have the Independence Day, Republic Day celebration of let's say Gangor as one of the festivals. So these are national festivals, they are not attributed to any specific religion per se. Now, in the list of holidays that all of you are very excited about, you have numerous holidays that are given based on the festivals. Some of those holidays are for the religious festivals, the others are for the national festival, and indeed some of the festivals are put into restricted list. So that means, or the optional list, that means they are either under the discrepancy of the state to have or declare that day as a festival or not. So you have different varieties of festivals that we would understand in a while. Now let's talk about some of the major Hindu festivals. So Diwali is the first festival. You have Diwali, which is known as the festival of lights, and it is usually celebrated in the months of October and November. 5 days across which it is celebrated, starting from the first day of Dhanteras to the last day of Bhai Dooj, and on the third day you had the Lakshmi Pujan. According to Jain philosophy, Diwali is important because this was the day which marked the Nirvana of Mahavir. So that is again very important. The next important festival is Sharad Purnima. Sharad Purnima is where you have 15 days before the Diwali, you have the full moon, and this full moon is known as the Navan Purnima. Very important. People usually drink saffron milk during this day, and you have a ritual which is known as Khojagiri, which is practiced. Worship of goddess Durga is done during this time. Holi, which is known as festival of colors, is celebrated usually in the month of March. Holika Dahan is followed by playing of Holi. Holi is played by different ways in different parts across India. So in Uttar Pradesh, mainly in the regions of Mathura and Vrindavan, you have Latmar Holi. Similarly, in the regions of Maharashtra, it's known as Ranga Panchami. In the regions of West Bengal, Assam, you call it Dhul Jatra. So you have various names for Holi in different regions. Makar Sankranti or Uttarayan, which is the movement or the transition period that it is called as, is a festival dedicated to sun god. Movement from of the sun across the Capricorns, across the tropics. So you have from the Tropic of Capricorn the movement that occurs, and here it's a time where you have cropping harvest that is mainly done. So again, a very important component. Now it is associated with kite flying in many parts of the country. It is known as Uttarayan in some parts, Makar Sankranti in other parts. Janmashtami comes during the month of Shravan, that is the August-September duration, and this is marked by the birth of Lord Krishna. You have Ras Leelas that are done, and Dahi Handi is a common ritual that is being performed mainly in the regions of Maharashtra. Dashera, which is also known as Vijayadashmi, is the victory of good over evil, and you have a 9 days fasting period which is Navratri. The 9 days followed by the 10th day, which is known as Vijayadashmi. The act of killing of Ravana is what is very important during this time. In Himachal Pradesh, it is celebrated with Natti dance, which is a very common local tradition in that region. Ramnavami, as we said, is the 9th day of the celebration and the honor of the birth anniversary of Lord Ram. It is usually celebrated in the months of the March and April, and this is again the second Ramnavami, as it is called as. The major Ramnavami occurs during the Dashera period. The next is Durga Puja. Now Durga Puja is celebrated during the months of September, October, mainly in Assam and Bengal, which is very important part of the festivity of Dashera. Here it is believed that Durga basically got victory over the demon Mahishasur. So that is why you have Durga Puja that is done and celebrated. Ganesh Chaturthi is the birth anniversary of Lord Ganesha. This is usually again celebrated during the months of September and October. This culture was initially started by Shivaji, and it is the last day of the festival or the Chaturthi where thousands of people gather to do the Visarjan, which is also known as the Ganesh Visarjan. Karwa Chauth is again one of the major festivals in Hindu tradition where Hindu women talk about prosperity and long life for their husbands. The next is Rath Yatra, which is celebrated for Lord Jagannath in the town of Puri. It is very important and major festival. Three major deities are worshipped, that is Lord Balbhadra, Goddess Subhadra and Lord Jagannath, and it is a kind of a grand scale festive season. The Rath Yatra, which is celebrated during the month of June and July, is important. The next is Mahashivratri, which is the birth anniversary of Lord Shiva. So we have talked about the birth anniversary of the various lords here, and this is where you have the worship of Jyotirlings and the Shivlings that is done. When it comes to Islamic festivals, you have Eid ul-Fitr, which is also known as Ramzan Eid, celebrated during the month of Ramzan, which is the last day of the holy month of Ramzan, where you have Eid that is being celebrated. It is also known as the festival of breaking the fast, and usually the 27th day is calculated in the Ramzan month. The next is Eid ul-Zuha. Eid ul-Zuha is also known as Bakra Eid. Eid means festival and Zuha means sacrifice, so it involves sacrifice of goat or bakra, and this is celebrated on the 10th day of Dhul Hijjah, and this is a kind of celebration of the Ibrahim's devotion to Allah. So that was what it is believed to have. During this period, you have Hajj Yatra that begins to Makkah Medina. The next is Milad un Nabi. Now this is the birth anniversary of Prophet Muhammad. He was born on the 12th day of the Muslim calendar, and this festival is known as Bara Wafat. This is where we focus on the time where Muhammad's death has been considered, and it's a kind of day which is worshipped during that period. The next is Muharram. Muharram is observed by Shia Muslims mainly. You have processions which are known as Tajia, which are taken off. Lucknow and Hyderabad are known for their beautiful Tajias that are being displayed. Shabd-e-Barat is again important. It is known as Night of Emancipation. This is observed in the month of Shabdan. Now here you have celebrations mainly done by Shia Muslims, and this is also considered as the birth anniversary of Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi. The next is Christian festivals. You have Christmas, which is considered as the birth anniversary of Jesus Christ, held on 25th of December, celebrated with Christmas tree, Santa Claus. You have family gatherings and social activities that are done. Easter and Good Friday are again important. It is believed that the rebirth of Jesus Christ is important, and the death of Jesus was considered necessary for the rebirth, and this was a good sign or a good news and bringing in hope to humanity. So that is where you have Good Friday that is celebrated in the month of April. Usually the other major festivals include Guru Parv. Now Guru Parv is a festival associated with Sikhs. You have the birth anniversaries of Guru Gobind Singh, Guru Nanak, that is, and all the 10 Gurus that is celebrated. Mahavir Jayanti marks the birth anniversary of Lord Mahavir in Jainism. Similarly, you have Paryushan festival, which is celebrated in the 8 days of the Shravan month. Now this is the festival being celebrated by Jains in the temples or the Upasaras, and you have devotional practices which is known as Pratikaman or meditation Kriya that is done. Buddha Purnima is celebrated as the birth anniversary of Lord Buddha, mainly in the month of April and May, and you have various names through which it is called as. Theravada call this as the Vishaka Puja, and in the regions of Sikkim it is known as Saga Dawa. Similarly, main areas of celebration are mostly the northern India, Sarnath, Bodh Gaya, associated with Lord Buddha have the major festive seasons that are marked during this time. Jamshedji Navroz is the new year of the Parsi community, and this is again important. You have the name of the various festivals that are associated with the Parsis that are given, and those include the birth anniversary, the death anniversary, so that is again important. Coming on to some of the secular festivals that are there, so Gangor is a festival which is celebrated in honor of goddess Parvati or Gauri. It is basically a spring festival where people select their life partners. The next is Khajuraho dance festival, which is instituted by the government of India along with Madhya Pradesh government to maintain the Khajuraho temples and highlight the beauty of Khajuraho temples. New Year is again an important celebration not only in India but worldwide. Now it is known the local calendars are marked by different names. So you have the Gudi Parva, which is called in Maharashtra, Ugadi, which is called in Andhra Pradesh. You have the Navabarsh, which is called in West Bengal. So you have different names being called in different parts of India, but it is ultimately the new year or the beginning of the new session that we say. The next is Tej. Tej is usually seen in the months of Shravan. You have women which celebrate this festival mainly in the regions of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Haryana, and in Haryana it is known as Haryani Tej. Sere Gulfaroshan, this is an important festival which marks the development of flowers, and this was an annual festival of flowers in the regions of Old Delhi, which was having an origin to Queen Mumtaz Mahal, and later on it was stopped by Britishers, restarted back from 1962. And this is a festival where you have the Phul Walon Ki Sair, as it is called as. So it is the whole area being dedicated to flowers and decorated with flowers. So those are some of the important festivals that we have talked about. In the next session we would be focusing on the major festivals associated with Northeast India, specifically to the regions of Northeast, the basis behind those, and the geographical or the spatial aspects about those. Stay tuned for many more updates from our side. Have a wonderful day ahead.